Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you haven't forgotten this face. Yeah, the reason I'm dressing all gangsterish, kind of hip-hop inspired look, I don't even know if this is hip-hop inspired, I just threw on a cap and an oversized denim and sunnies. That to me is gangster, okay? No judging. The reason I'm dressing this way is because today's video is, as promised, is going to be about my experience as an overseas student in New Zealand. So I thought it would be appropriate for me to dress a little bit younger, you know. I don't know if I'm pulling this off, but I'm winging it. I'm just going with it. Whatever. As promised, this video is going to be I think strictly my experience in high school in New Zealand. If you want me to do a video on my experience as a university student, let me know, because I cannot do both of them in one video. Otherwise we're going to be sitting here for hours on end, and I don't think you'll be interested in that. So I just kind of made this more high school based type question and answers, so I hope you enjoy it. Shall we get to it? The first question I get asked a lot when people found out that I went overseas for high school and university is, why New Zealand of all places? I don't have a particular reason for that, because I sort of decided to go on a whim. Like, I didn't even do research on the country first. Well, I didn't really need to do research on the country first, because me and my family went to New Zealand in, I think, 2001 for like a 10-day trip, and we didn't go there on our own. We went with a tour guide and a tour group. Yeah, we spent about 10 days, and we traveled both North Island and South Island. And being a 15-year-old at the time, I was not really paying much attention to the country. Like, I thought it was a beautiful country. I liked the fresh air, the nice atmosphere, the gorgeous, breathtaking landscape, but other than that, I didn't think much about it. So when Mum and Dad one night sat us down, well, not us, just me, sat me down at the dinner table and asked if I'm interested in going to New Zealand for high school, and I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I would definitely go. But I didn't even think about, you know, cultural differences, language barrier, or the change in environment. I didn't think or consider them at all. The only thing I knew back then was to get out of my parents' house, to get away, to get as far away as I can. Sorry, Mum. I know you don't take that personally. And whenever I say this to her, she would be like, yeah, we wanted to get rid of you too. So, no hard feeling. That's how we talk in our family, okay? I hope you understand. Our normal is kind of weird, but everyone normals is weird to other people, so who cares? Yeah, I was a very rebellious teen as well. I just wanted to get away and, you know, experience life, experience the world. So when they handed me this offer, I just took it without even thinking. And yeah, it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. So that was why New Zealand was the choice. And the second question I get asked a lot is, how was my English when I went? Not great. Not this good, definitely. This is a lot worse than it used to be because I don't get to practice every day. But back then, then being, what, 12 years ago, I could only probably say the simple things like yes, no, okay, what my name was, and what I want to eat, what I don't like. You know, those very basic sentences, but I could understand most of what the natives were saying to me. Once I told them that, the next question I get asked would be, how did you improve it? Okay, there is no secret to this. There's only a few things you need to do. 1, you have to be very determined. 2, you have to be very devoting. 3, you have to, I'm trying to think of the D word. And you have to be very diligent. Okay? You need the 3Ds to get really good at English. One thing my dad told me before I went to New Zealand was that whatever the natives speak to you, just copy them. And I just held on to his word the moment I landed in New Zealand until the last day I left. Even now, even after I left. Honestly, guys, it works. I just copy whatever the natives say. But you have to have a good foundation though. If you don't have a good solid foundation, then it's kind of hard to build on it. It's like when you're building a house, you know, you have to have a good foundation before you can build a wall, put the roof on, and things like that. You get the picture. And what I mean by foundation is your grammar, your tense, and basic vocabularies. Those are the 3 things you're gonna need to have before you can improve or develop or advance. Okay? Trust me, I've done it before. Okay, let's move on to the next questions. Did I get homesick? Yes. The first couple of months were the worst. I was, crying almost every single night, and mum and dad would call every other day just to check on me, and I would be like crying on the phone going, I want to go home, please take me back, I don't want to be here, blah blah blah. But mum and dad were very patient and very encouraging too. They were like, you can do this, it's gonna be okay. It did turn out okay in the end, but for me, definitely having friends helped massively, like, period. Oh, this one is also a popular question. How much weight did you put on? First few years, I put on, in total, 10 kilograms. 10 or 15? Yeah, around 10 to 12-ish kilograms. I went from 50 kg, I want to say. See, it's been a long time. I can't remember exact numbers, so. But I was roughly about 50 kg, and I put on, I think at the heaviest I was 63 or 65, around there. I basically exploded. And now I still have stretch marks around my my arms, my legs, especially my calves area, you know, between like the behind your knee area. Yeah, you can only imagine. I don't have a photo to show you. I think I burned them all. I don't want to keep photo of me looking not my best self, shall we say. If you can hear like booming music in the background, just ignore it. That's the word I was looking for. Because this is why I don't film early in the days. Early being before 7 or 8 o'clock, because there are people around the area who likes to crank up their music really loud that you can hear the booming vibration. And I live on the 7th floor, for goodness sake. You can still hear it, and it annoys me, but you can't do anything. So you gotta live with that. Literally, live with that. Moving on to the next question. I think it's getting long again. I'm trying to cut this very short and to make it as concise as possible because I don't want to bore you. Everyone who went overseas have their own favorite pastimes. For me, Back in those days, my favorite pastimes were, number one, tongue twisting, karaoke. I love going to karaoke. Second favorite pastime was going to library with friends to do some revisions or some studies, but most of the time it was just an excuse. We would be sitting at the library pretending to read books while our eyes actually, you know, sort of checking out guys. You know, we were young, okay? I would stay out at the library until they close. Like, who does that? I wasn't a nerd. I don't think people who go to library to check out guys are considered nerds, are they? No, I don't think so. Oh, and another favorite pastime. How could I have forgotten? I love going to game arcades. Yes, I love playing Daytona, the racing car. Car racing. And the basketball. Those two were my favorites. What would I recommend those who want to improve their English? Is going overseas the only answer to that? No, definitely not. I have a number of friends who have not been overseas but speak amazing English. Probably better than me. Like, go figure. But if you have the means to go, I would recommend you to once in your life, go. To just experience the atmosphere, to be surrounded by people who actually speak English, and just, you know, sort of immerse yourself in the environment, and just, I think you will learn a lot quicker that way. But doesn't mean that if you don't go you can't improve. Yes, you can, definitely. You just need those 3Ds I mentioned earlier on, okay? How did the experience change me? Oh, it changed me in the best way possible, I think. I became a lot more outspoken, a lot more confident, a lot more open-minded, and I'm just a better person after I came back, I think. Would Mum say the same thing? I'm not sure. She might say otherwise. And it does make you mature a lot faster than other people, because you have to be very independent and very responsible for your own life. Basically, you have to make decisions sometimes that you can't wait to ask your parents first. So it kind of made me grow up faster than usual. The saddest part, I would say the worst part about going overseas, is having to leave your friends. I hate it when I have to say goodbye to my friends who are going back to their country. I hate separation, and yes, goodbyes has never gotten easier for me. I've done it for 7 years. I'm still not used to it. Alright guys, we have finally reach the end of the video. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, just give me a thumbs down, or just don't watch it, okay? Just don't come back. It's okay. I'm not gonna hunt you down, knock on your doors and be like, why wouldn't you watch my video? No, I don't do that. I'm not crazy enough to do that. Or am I? Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I hope you will stay tuned for more videos from me, I promise. I just haven't got the hang of this. You know, it's hard when you have a side job to do, when one job is paying you but the other one doesn't, so you kind of prioritize the other one before the others. You know what I mean? Anyway guys, I better go before you really get sick of me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.